Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So, again, as you know me as the Fig Rec guy who basically does what's the formula, but I did want to show some appreciation to some of these belt makers. I know some people were asking about Chaos belts and Forbidden Figure belts, and they're hard to get, but when you do get them, they are top notch. So, this one was built by Koa Figures, KOA, Wrestling Figure Belts, and you can find them on Instagram and such. And I gotta say, there's the hardcore championship. It was very reasonable priced. Obviously, Mattel has not, made the WCW Hardcore title, nor have they made the WWF Light Heavyweight title, nor will they probably ever make them. At this point, I've decided just to kind of give up on the idea. I've sent it countless times. That, of course, now a couple other ones he's done for me that he mass produces. Unlike Forbidden Figurine belts and I think Tourniquets, which I don't have any of his belts. They usually, I know that the Forbidden Figurine, they usually have like one a month kind of pre-order type deal. Whereas with KOA, you can pretty much look at his whole library and he'll get them out there. So here, of course, is the new World Heavyweight title design. So, and of course, you can, sometimes he'll offer side plate options. I chose just to go with the standard instead of putting Seth Rollins on there. Same with the undisputed title, heavyweight title, whatever they call it now, the universal undisputed heavyweight. Multiple things. And then of course I also had him do like the TNA belts before they changed up the new design, which he has those available as well, which I can't wait to order those in the future. I just haven't decided what I'm gonna do with them yet. Because I still have tons and tons of just regular belts as is. I'll keep these around probably until the Mattel ones do get released. They're a little bit more bulky. Obviously, if they don't, then I'm going to keep them as a gap filler. And then this one I do believe is from Figure Collection or something. I think it is from Figure Collection. This one does not have Figure Collection, Forbidden Figurines. It doesn't have his logo on the back because they wanted to make sure to put that snake skin on the back. I didn't get a chance to pre-order this one. It was already gone. I was able to find it on eBay. Just beautiful design. It's not super thick compared to, let's say, the Jakks official released one. Not as shiny either, but also way more detailed. You can see their thickness there. Big difference in the thickness. But I feel like these belts are greater for photography. These belts are great if you've got, if you obviously play with your action figures. If this is maybe for, it could be for adult collecting, but at the same time, if you want authentic, then you definitely want to go with this. But if you want more practical and realistic looking, you want this belt. These belts, of course, they're not as probably, some of these can be pretty expensive. I have the WCW, Mattel version belt, which this belt can run up to like anywhere to $50 to $70. I do have one on the way from KOA because I probably am going to sell this one off. He also makes them a little bit bigger. This one's really tiny. Doesn't look really good on like WCW, legends of the past. Like Vader looks ridiculous on. So that's just kind of like my little tidbit into the belts. I would say, if you're getting these for a kid to play with, I would go with the Mattels. They're more sturdier. They can get beat up. These belts, and sometimes there's cheaper alternatives. Like for instance, this guy, very expensive to get an authentic one. I think I picked up one for $25 off of KOA's website. And do I dare like trade them in? Like I know I got this one from KOA. I've also got one from what is that? Forbidden Figurines. I got one of those coming of this to compare the differences. But for the most part, I usually just go for the belts that Mattel is not going to touch. Which the UWF belts, I have the UWF World Title and a NWA North Mid-Atlantic Championship belt that was on his website. He has opened up to suggestions, and I made sure to suggest the TV title and the tag belts, and he knocked those out of the park. I think he's got Neverweight. He's done all the new Ring of Honor belts. Because if you want the tag belts from Jazzwares, you got to pony up to find that Briscoe Brother 2-pack whenever it gets released. And of course, the Trios titles, I acquired those through eBay originally, only to come upon the fact that they're from him making them. because they have the same exact design. Now, I will say with KOA, the material is a little bit more flimsier. The strap compared to Forbidden Figurines, like the leather, you can't see it too well. I'm gonna take it off here. Nice thing is they're both glued down really well, but like you can see, let me see if I can get the right lighting here on there. You can see kind of like you don't see. It looks more like authentic belt, whereas this just looks like a piece of pleather. You can kind of see the divots a little bit more on it. Oh, there we go. So you see the difference right there. There's a light I'm looking for. See, so they're still great belts. Again, these belts are going to run you, upward of $40 to $50, depending on what the pre-order price is. These ones pretty much have a standard price of about $25. But again, I'm just going to use one of my custom Joey Mercury figures here that's just sitting here. I mean, the belt height is great for him. Comparison. Obviously, he's not ever holding these belts, but the idea is, obviously with these ones you can hold them better. You can, if you have open hand figurines like this one here, you could easily bend this a little bit and place it right there, and boom, now you've got him holding the title, hand the belt off. Fig photography for Stone Cold, wherever it may be. Compared to if you try to do it with like a Mattel one, the strap's a lot. Obviously, it's a rubber material, not pleather or fake leather, whatever they call it. You can see right there. I mean, it doesn't quite do it because it has that kind of bulkiness to it still. It doesn't lay like it would if it was like these belts. So, like, if I wanted to, if he was holding the belt like this doing a promo, you can see it drops down better because it's not going to be like this. It's going to drop down from the weight of gravity, making that look more authentic, looking more realistic. So, if you're a fig photographer, which I am not, and you want good looking photos, and you want to get photos with pictures of belts and such, like Roman holding belts, you're going to want these kind of belts. And again, they're not super expensive. If you want a WCW belt to put on your Ric Flair from back when he beat Vader, you're going to want to go with, and you don't care about authenticity as far as like being a legit actual Mattel belt, you're going to want to go with that belt. I do plan to possibly, over time, upgrade all my Mattel belts into these custom belts, just because they look better on fig feds, they look better on pictures. Like I said, I just, even holding the belt, like, you can see it just kind of, if I unstrap it a little bit here, and I hold it where the same location, I hold it the same location, it still has, it doesn't flop down, it still bends. This kind of flops down, it looks more authentic. So hopefully that you enjoy that. Hopefully that video was helpful. I'm not going to keep it too long other than that. There's just a few belts. Check them out on Instagram. Of course, Forbidden Figurines has a pre-order right now, I think, for the new TNA World title, which I'm going to jump in on here pretty soon before it closes down. KOA Wrestling belts, you can order away. It doesn't take too long. I ordered a bunch, so it's been taking a little bit of time, but the person works pretty hard. They try to get them out, get them to you within like 3 weeks. I think the first set of belts came to me very quickly. The second set was a lot bigger. This third set is also another big order, so it's taking a little bit of time. But hopefully that helps, and hopefully if they ask you where you found them, tell them FREC channel sent you, and feel free to subscribe. And thank you to the 102 subscribers I have so far. We're slowly building up. This thing sat here with 5 subscribers for over a year, so hopefully it's working. Till next time.